Alright guys, welcome back to Gilded Gaming and Final Fantasy 14. We, it's time to get going. Make sure that I can actually hear my audio. There we go. Hey Claire, how's it going? I believe we need to head back to... and make sure that... Okay. I've got Disgaea 6 running over there. I just want to make sure that Mike wasn't picking it up. I got my my crew grinding item levels over there. Alright, let's just take a quick peek. Yep, they're doing their thing. Leveling my items. Ba-da-da-bum-bum. I think I take out they should take out the boss now. Let me make sure they take out the boss. I've been messing with my demonic intelligence to try and get them to do everything I want them to do. Yeah, they're doing good. They're doing good. Alright, back to Final Fantasy. They can do that, but they don't need my help with that. Alright. When it rains, oh my. Well, that doesn't bode well for how this is going to go tonight. I suspected you might be awake. I could scarce imagine you sleeping through such a commotion. An entire host of City Eaters appears to be advancing upon the Crystarium. Emergency measures are being taken as we speak. Rest assured, however, that we are safe so long as we remain under the Crystal Tower's aegis. You may return to your quarters if you wish. Oh. Power protects us, huh? Yes! Okay, I just missed what he said there, sorry. Yes, I thought you might feel that way, and I cannot say your assistance would be anything less than welcome. I must remain here to disseminate information to the other residents, but you are under no such obligation, and let's feel free to aid any of the townsfolk who may be in distress. The Extra tends to become a point of congregation in times of need, crowded with those who seek solace and companionship. You would have my personal gratitude if you would offer succor to those there. Okay. You know what I'm realizing? We are still a white mage. We should probably fix that. we gotta level up here for a second. Answer. Boom. Alright, so we're gonna head up here. Let's go to the Dawson Gate and walk from there. Yeah, so you're still doing item worlds in Disgaea 1. I am also still doing item worlds. Just a little less influence on my part. Well, I wonder what floor they're on. I just have it running on the side just in case they get stuck. Every now and then they get stuck. The AI isn't perfect. Yet. Alright. What we got here? Few townsfolk are about, and you find none who appear to be in distress. Elheim! Hey, yeah. I've only just returned from Emerang, yet I find the Crystarium moments from being beset by Sin Eaters? Where are they coming from? This shouldn't be possible. We restored the darkness. Well, this is a fortunate coincidence. Brother, tell me you have some idea why this is happening. I may. But for the moment, we'll need to postpone such discussions in favor of action. Is Yulmore somehow sending Sin Eaters at us? The Crystal Exarch is preparing to deploy a barrier around the Crystarium as we speak. Ensuring that he is able to do so should be our first concern. There are a number of instruments placed about the Crystarium that function as anchors for the barrier. I'm on my way to activate them now. In which case, 3 pairs of hands would be better than 1. Very well. I'll take the ones to the south. I should do with the northern apparatus. Then will you handle the western two? They're ensconced on platforms extended from the upper level of the Aetheryte Plaza. Okay. You got this. So there, let's okay. I never really feel like I go that much faster when I cast that. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just me. And you get like a picture-in-picture. You know, it'd be like, can I do that? I wonder if I could. Please. I'm like multitasking here, that's my problem. Yes, it's good. Definitely a smaller buff than Sprint. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to speed me up that much, honestly. Sprint doesn't do much either. It was noticeable at least. I finally got my epic Warlock mount today, and wow. Oh god, it feels so good to not be so slow anymore. How's it going, Minus? Oh, speaking of Minus, like you're one of my high level crew here. This rogue over here. He's level 9,999. Currently leveling up my item over there. His name's Minus. Your namesake is putting in work. I like my new clothes I got last time. This looks pretty cool. Yeah, you're a rogue, which means you can steal awesome items from enemies, which I love. And apparently you have a new ability now that you just like steal from everyone on the map at once. And you can like open chests from across the map. You're great. Despite having very little idea as to how it functions, it appears you have activated the device successfully. Yeah. The other one's gonna be on the other wing? I figured. Also you're like super fast. You got lots of movement bonuses. And what else? Oh, and I gave you a gun, so you shoot people. Guns have really good range, but they only shoot in like a straight line. They can't shoot like they can't shoot diagonally. But that's okay. You got so much movement. You're good to go. Lucky to have auto battle. Yeah. You're not wrong. Yeah, I've already done Disgaea 1 then. Put this like
sighted! They're coming!
Well, then stop them. Hey Nova, how's it going, man? There's no U in my name. Gilded.
Excellent. The barrier is holding.
That is excellent.
That's good news for the Crystarium, but what of the rest of Lakeland?
Lena and the city guard have taken to the field. Thancred and the others have already joined them. Let us do the same.
Nova also got a character in Disgaea. I made Nova my samurai. Sadly, I have not been using him much, so he's much lower level. Alright. Looks like we got ourselves a duty. Let's defend the Crystarium, guys. We ought to join the Vanguard as soon as possible. The number of eaters we just saw is... If the number of eaters we just saw is any indication, we'll be facing a formidable host. Alright. Let's get our Final Fantasy hats on. Alright, you know? This guy can run itself. We got this. If you know my name doesn't have a U, then why'd you put a U there? Alright, bunch of Sin Eaters. So I feel like if Yulmore sent these, we're gonna have to go deal with Yulmore because they're just being a problem at every turn. Why don't we take their freaking Light Warden out next, huh? Get it over with. Wait, were those Imperial soldiers? Do the Crystarium soldiers look like Imperial soldiers? What lovely weather, just what we needed. It seems the battle has already begun in earnest. Make haste. I look like I have like a dagger holster coming off the side of my head there. Like my hair has got like a dagger, like ready to just, you know what I mean? It's like just a little extra weapon on the side of my face. You're just trying to level up from 71 to 80, you recommend Bozja? Ooh, for Karanova. Bozja, whatever that is. I keep hearing the name. I assume it's some kind of in-game thing. Alright, Crystarian forces are engaging the Sin Eaters at various locations across Lakeland, assisting them in defeating the Sin Eaters before they are decimated. Alright, this is a duty, so let's get to it. You're shouting.
Let's give it our all.
Help is at hand.
Can I target this one? That one's a fake one. It won't let me target it. This one too. This one's just here for show. I can't target that one either. Which ones am I supposed to help kill? I guess the ones that Alphino and Alize go after. Killing me. I think having ones that I can easily walk up to but can't target or help kill is a little confusing. Alright, I'm guessing that bear is fake. Yeah. We want this group here, maybe? Or is this group fake? That might be fake, too. What am I supposed to fight? This one? We can fight this one. Just need a better way to tell if it's just a backdrop instead of an actual fight. Guys go down pretty quick.
Leave the healing to me.
Which ones of these do we fight? These ones? Okay. They have that one. Where's the next big fight? We're fighting this guy. Takes too long. I mean, any of these could be the fight. I don't. Is it that one over there? Is it? Is this one over here? Okay. Killing me. Is there one this way? Okay. Oh wait, this is exit. Going around it? Okay. You still streaming? Yeah. A little encoding error. Stream still doing alright? A little distracted. Can we target this person? No? But these ones are cool? Okay. That's annoying. I'm sorry, I have to walk past that thing and not fight it? Really?
I shall protect thee.
You will rue the day you crossed my path. It was nothing.
That big of a lag spike? Okay. Yeah, I have a space issue on my computer, what it is. If I can deal with this while I deal with this. Multitasking. Yeah, that's better. Issue fixed. Just following the group. There's freaking sin eaters everywhere, but we're only supposed to kill certain ones in a certain order. Okay, they went off on their own. We gotta call these guys. Too organized, not acting on instinct. It is as we feared. The polar bears from Lost. But our task is ever as it was. Turn the tide. I love the dancers. Dancer always looks like she's just ready to go. So let's go. Let's go. Always just bouncing. am I fighting? These guys, okay. Yeah, they got me feeling pretty strong right now. I haven't really trying that hard. We're not using all of our abilities because, I don't know, don't need to, I guess.
On your feet.
What's this little play button symbol mean? That's the in duty symbol. Gotcha. Fair enough. I am indeed in a duty. Hard to argue with that. Forgiven hypocrisy. What a name. This is a little tougher. Fought some big guns.
Will not be outdone. Theory and practice.
It's a bit harder in here.
If naught else will suffice, my strength is yours.
May the 12 guide you.
The stars shall grant thee succor.
Let's give them a show. With heart and steel.
Duty complete. Fun fact, venery is one of those old-timey words that means sexual indulgence. Good to know. You learn something new every day. Like venereal. Look at Nymphilia go.
Lena, hold on.
They turned on me.
Okay. She just like turned her head. And they got Thancred's there, I guess.
Thancred!
This one is mine!
Damn.
We need only hold out a little while longer. Reinforcements are coming, remember? The captain said so. We're going to be all right.
Reinforcements from where? Is he gonna be able to actually do something?
Damn you!
The Warrior of Darkness has returned. The Bloody Knight has returned. So stay with me, eh? You can't go dying now.
God damn it!
Please let this work.
Can he still fight Sin Eaters as a ghost or whatever he is? No. No.
No, no, no. Stay back. Stay back.
Help! Help! Anyone! Why did you spare me? Why? What have I done to deserve this mercy? Forward! Forward! If you can still hold a sword, follow me! Wounded to the rear! Weapons at the ready! Let's make this count!
Fight and struggle. Seek salvation by your own hands. Though the losses be grave, endure them. Though the victories be hollow, claim them.
Damn. Yeah, my auto battling's messed up. We'll fix that too. So we got attacked, we fended them off, we lost a bunch of people. Sucks. Yeah, it's not Grim Darkness, it's Grim Brightness. Come on now, dark is good in this expansion. Light is bad. Both sides are bad. That's the truth. We gotta get rid of all of it. Alright. Let's take a quick 1 sec, I'll be right back. Oh, I need to fix this real quick. What is going on here? Usually when the auto battle breaks, it's because it can't figure out how to get somewhere. Yeah, so like they're down here, the gate's here, it's trying to figure out how to get to this level sphere, and it doesn't know how to use throwing. So we're just gonna help it out. All good now? I think we're good now. Going back. Alright. Yeah, they're good now. What level are they on? Let's check what level we're on real quick. We're on floor 106. Adding 221 levels to that feather token. Everybody seems to still be nice and healthy. Oh, healer's out of SP. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. Do you have any... Here, eat some kimchi. Alright. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Alright. Back to Final Fantasy. So... let's keep this story rolling. It seems we've driven them back for the time being, at least. The wounded have been collected and are undergoing treatment now. Once they're ready to be moved, we'll have them carried back to the Crystarium. The dead as well, of course. Those whose bodies remain, anyway. Alize is contemplating all that must yet be done in the wake of battle. The others are helping to treat the wounded. I'm planning to assist in moving them, but even so, we simply don't have enough hands. I'm sure you're fit to fall over after what we've been through. Gods knows I am. But if you could see to a few of the patients, it would be an enormous help. Captain Lena is about somewhere. She might also consider asking her if there are any other outstanding areas of need. We'll talk later. Okay. Go check on this dying guard. What's Alphino doing? He's talking to someone else. Man. With tear-filled eyes, the prone man gazes up at you. His fingers twitch as if to reach for you, but he lacks the strength to raise his hand. Thank you, but it's too late. One of them, it got me. If I turn, please kill me, I beg you. Can't have too much good stuff happening, we gotta have some bad stuff. Over here. Trembling guard. Don't touch me. I killed her. I killed her. She was one of them, I know, but I... We're all effed up after this. Alright, Lena, what's up?
Oh, I did not see you there. Is there something you need?
No, I'm fine. How are you feeling?
Injuries are part and parcel of battle. While there's breath in my lungs, I shall see my duties done. Don't pretend you're not of the same mind. You fought well today. Saved a great many lives. Thank you. Unfortunately, this war is far from over. We must replenish our ranks and shore up our defenses before they attack again.
Okay.
Now, if you will excuse me.
Oh, jeez. She made it like 5 steps.
I am fine. Completely and utterly fine. Better than fine. Hale and hearty and still alive to mourn those who are not. Who I failed to protect when they needed me most.
Oh, it sounds like she started crying at the end of that line.
We've come so far, so goddamn far. I could have sworn the end was in sight, and
Who was doing the voice acting for Lena? Like someone paid her extra that day. I'm looking this up. Who's the voice actress for this chick? Like, everyone's doing a great job, but like she's just like going, all right. Right? They're not paying her enough. Here, let's check this out. This is worth looking at. This is her, right? I love that picture. So, yeah. Kicking ass today. Holy shit.
now they will never see it.
Impudent worms of the Crystarium.
Impotent worms. She doesn't have like any other credits on here either. Like, this is just the one voice she does. The freaking blimps are like they're quilted.
Is of your own making. Divine retribution for your defiance.
Bothry really wants me to go kill him next. That's what he's saying.
The heavens have bequeathed to you a benevolent savior, me. I offer you freedom from pain and suffering, a paradise where man and sea-eater might live in peace and harmony. Why, already, our winged brothers and sisters regard me and mine as kin, alike to them in beauty and purity. But you not only reject my prophet hand, but raise your own against my sin-eaters. But it's only right that they respond in kind.
We really just need to take care of Gilmore. Like, they're just a problem.
Let this be a lesson to all those who would walk the path of sin. The wicked shall not inherit this world!
But seriously though, Lena's voice actor really, that was wow. Like it's not that the other voice acting is bad, but it was like noticeably like, wait a minute. You know? That was good. Alright. Alright. So can we talk about taking care of Bothry now? Is that a thing we can do? Small favors. Bothry's ship is already gone. How flattering that he came all this way just to give his little speech. I apologize for my earlier outburst. Rest assured that I have no intention of allowing any wounds to affect the performance of my duties, especially not now. If I may, could I ask that you seek out Thancred and Philia for me? They endangered themselves on my behalf, and I would feel better knowing that they were well looked after. Thancred in particular sustained quite an injury from that Sin Eater, and I would not be surprised if he were in Spygrex still. Please give him my thanks. Thancred didn't get like infected by the Sin Eater or anything, did he? That could be an issue. Okay. So he is right over here. You're here for me? I'm sorry to put you to the trouble. I'm fine, really. Eater landed an unfortunately solid blow, but the healers here have done wonders. I'm more worried about Minfilia. She's not taking it well. Can I ask that you speak with her? My attempts to reach out seem to have had the opposite effect. She's gone off to the Corridorium ostensibly to fetch herbs, but just talk to her, will you? There. Why can't I mount? Can I jump off of this? No. Maybe get below here. Maybe the Cabinet of Curiosity is a better one. Even lower than this. Here we go. There she is. Quiet. Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Perhaps a gentle poke will get her attention. Girls love it when you poke them. La poke! Eat. She gave out an eat. I can't do the eat, but just said eat. Oh, what are you doing here? Tancred. It's my fault, you know. I jumped at the chance to help Lena, but I was careless, and now it's my fault. And you'll be wanting to get those herbs for the healers. What have I done? I promised to be right back, and yet here I am. I know that I needed to be better. I need to be better. I'm only allowed to be part of this because I'm Minfilia, and I need to be more like her. All I do is make mistakes, put others in danger. But you're right, I can still help. If only by seeing these herbs safely just... Well, that name is pronounced. There are only 2 left on the list, but I'll need to ask about this one. I've looked high and low, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. Would you mind collecting the other? I'd hate to delay any longer than I already have. You're looking for something with soft leaves that's very fragrant in an unmistakably medicinal way, I was told. We only need to find 2 sprigs or so. Once you've got them, you can bring them directly to Chesamil. Whoever gets there first can explain that the other will be back shortly. Thank you. So we just gotta look for it ourselves, huh? I'll take it off this shelf here. And over here. Oh, up there. Strongly medicinal. Look at that. Very much it'll be good for you smell. We're going here. Okay, we're going over back over here. Uh-oh. Having another problem. Pretty much this only happens whenever... It's the same map again, even. But whenever they get to where they can't figure out how to get somewhere. I need to find a way to, like... tell the, auto battle thing, hey, like, you know, throw them if you have to. Right? Oh, did we lose some people? They're down a couple people. What are they fighting now? They're fighting 4,000? I don't know how they died. You know, it doesn't really matter. They don't even need to get all that. They can just... I probably should take them out of there if they're losing people. They'll be good for them. Alright, getting back to it. Back over here with this medicine. Affiliate told me that you would be bringing the rest. Marvelous. With this, I can replenish our store of medicines. We're struggling to keep up with the number of wounded that are being brought in. I wasn't on the field, but it doesn't matter. The patients' faces make plain that it was a horrible battle. And we're still fighting it, I suppose, though with the bitter medicine rather than the sharp steel. We'll win, I promise you that. It seems that I owe you an apology for dragging you to yet another battlefield when you've just come off the front lines. In both cases, I'm sure your efforts saved more than a few. With Spoggerix in good working order, the Crusaders people will be well cared for. More lie ahead, of course. Battles only you can fight. Not that we intend to let you do it alone. That's a matter to discuss with the Exarch. You know the Exarch? We do. Was there something you needed? I need you to tell them something. For me. My dearest friend, you see, he was there on the battlefield with me, but only the one of us is here to speak of it. At the end, before the wound killed him, I heard his dying words. I never knew that our world was this beautiful, he told me. I'm so glad that I got to see the night sky. I don't know how the Exarch feels about what happened out there. I don't know if what Voxer said is true. If our losses are just deserts. Are just deserts. Or just desert. We doom ourselves to worse by continuing to fight this fight. Like desert has one S, desert has two, right? But I believe in the Warrior of Darkness, in the Crystal Exarch. I don't think what they're doing is wrong, and I don't think we're wrong to fight with them either. I'm curious. What's that? I mean, it's supposed to be with one S, right? Yeah, it is supposed to be with one S. That's what I thought. I always wondered that. Is it desserts or dessert? Because like neither way doesn't really make sense. It's just like a phrase. My friend, he smiled in the end, just as he smiled when he raised his glass to celebrate the return of the night. That's how I want to remember him. So I want to tell the Exarch, don't give up, don't give in, please. We'll tell him, you have my word. Okay. Okay. 409. If you're ready, why not go ahead to the Ocular? You can keep the X-Art Company while I fetch Alpha Node. Don't worry. I mean to borrow the swiftest tomorrow I can find, so we shouldn't keep you long. Be sure to pass on that message, eh? So... we're up to level 76 on the quest, so we're in like the second half, theoretically, of the story, right? We're about to hit freaking level 79 ourselves. Getting close to max level. Welcome, my friend. Tales of your heroism on the battlefield precede you, though I confess I found them more gladdening than surprising. I hear no few of our people have you to thank for plucking them from the jaws of death. Would that they had not needed saving to begin with, but the responsibility for that lies with me. One of our soldiers said that? Thank you. Rest assured that I fully intend to continue our work. I will not shrink from what must be done, now least of all. Though I mourn the loss, I will not lose myself to grief, and even should regret be my constant companion, I will follow the path that I have chosen to its end. You have some time before the others arise if you like to talk. And if I were to confess any doubts I might harbor, no one need ever know. No, I believe you have enough burdens without my adding to them. Nevertheless, thank you. I want to find out more about the Crystal X-Art.
My friends, with your aid, we have weathered a brutal assault.
Sorry I'm late, though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
As I was saying, it was only with your aid that we weathered this assault. Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone.
For each we saved, another perished. If there is anything else we can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us. As for the attack itself, Vorthri may call it divine retribution, but Sin Eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented. Moreover, in the absence of a Light Warden, there should have been no compulsion for lesser Sin Eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
That these minions of light answer to a higher power. He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthri.
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin Eaters are his to command. But if he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
I take it your meeting in Yulmore did not end well.
You could say that, yes. But I am wiser for the experience nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
To enslave the minds of others? Like he's a freaking primal himself? What?
That would go some way towards explaining the peculiar reverence afforded him by his subjects. There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose, but it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
Had I not anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Light Warden in Calusia?
Sadly, I have nothing to report on that front. What of Armorang?
What about that giant lion tiger thing he lays on all the damn time? Or hell, maybe Vothri is the Light Warden.
To asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in Western Armorang.
Okay.
From what the Maud told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight.
We're saving Yulmore for last, huh?
Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks, and with no guarantee of finding anything.
The Wardens harbor vast reservoirs of primordial light, do they not? Far beyond anything found in lesser sin-eaters. And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a sin-eater from miles away? Surely a Warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison.
Why can't Y'shtola just see it, right?
To the real Oracle of Light.
I mean, we don't need Minfilia, right? Can't Y'shtola just do the same thing?
If we travel to Armorang, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back. What do you think?
Like, I understand where Minfilia is coming from, and she doesn't feel like she's good enough, and we need the real Minfilia and all that. But can't Y'shtola do the same thing with her eyes to see the Light Warden's light or whatever?
Don't.
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
But I do. I know why you never said anything. Because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark.
So Minfilia, like the real quote-unquote Minfilia, is basically Hydaelyn's Ascian now, right? Like, isn't she basically the same thing as the Ascian? So just she doesn't serve Zodiark?
And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see. I thought you were a rather underwhelming reincarnation, but it all makes sense now. The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one, both body and soul. To wit, one being must consume the other. Who shall be the lucky winner?
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
But it plainly concerns you. Which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest.
Also, like, Emmett Selk and the Ascians are, you know, if his story is to be believed, from the original world before it split, right? And they're the ones that summon Zodiark. Which means that, like, he knows all the, like, he was around for Alec and all that, right? So I mean, like, in fact, he was probably the one behind. Like they said, they were behind the other empires to create the other calamities, right? So, like, the Empire shouldn't really have like any questions about Allegan technology and what it does. You wouldn't think. Like, if the people leading the Empire are like, "Oh yeah, I remember that."
Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He was responsible for Alec.
To your young child.
So he should know like all the major secrets of Alec, right? Little smirk. That just tiny little like raising of the corner of his mouth.
Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea.
Why would he share it with the Empire?
Than any of your other suggestions.
That's probably a good point. I'm just saying, like, if he wanted to create a calamity, he could have easily just like whenever been like, "Hey, let's summon Omega." I don't know where that's kept at, you know, like, or I'm sure there's plenty of other things we don't know about yet.
So it's off to Armorang we go.
Yeah, you're right, man.
I'll meet you at the gates.
Sorry to be so insistent, but I know this is the only way. If you're willing to give me a chance, come with us. The portal to the source. One empire ruling the world will be pretty orderly. Not the way the Empire rules it. They literally just do a shit job, apparently on purpose. Sorry for the wait. I'm ready now. And you're sure you want to do this? Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure that I don't want to go back to being who I was. I want to be stronger, strong enough to face my destiny, and I want to believe that I can play a part in saving this world. Hope you can find it in yourself to believe it too. When you put it that way, how could we not? Whichever Menphilia we get should be good. It's your decision to make. Just be sure that you are prepared when the time comes. If all are assembled, shall we depart? We'll follow your lead. What route would you have us take? About that, there's something I neglected to mention. I saw you more an airship coming into land over Armorang while I was on my way back to the Crystarium. No doubt the same vessel that bore Vothri's forces to Raktika. Meaning we can expect to encounter armed resistance on our journey through the region. We really are just gonna save Yulmore for last, huh? Right, now Nabatharang lies in the southern reaches of Amarang, and there are 2 routes we can take to get there. The first is the eastern route, which would lead us past Mordsuk. And the other is the western route, which would require us to pass through the Hills of Amber. Benfilia and I took the eastern route last time. Yes, that's the more well-trodden path. It also makes for easier traversal of Nabeth's Severance. We can't use it. If we did, we'd need to cross the Severance to form Severance from a point nearby the inn at the journey's head. If the Yulmorans caught wind of our approach, it could very well bring them into contact with the inn and its patients. We can't be sure their activities would not meet with Vothri's approval. It will make the journey more arduous, but I believe it would be safer to take the western route, which brings me to my proposed proposition. While you make for the Hills of Amber in the west, I will draw the Yulmorans' attention elsewhere, to the area in the east that I know to be uninhabited. That way, you'll have a chance to reach Nabatharang unopposed and without risk to civilians. I cannot deny that's a sound plan, but nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make your task at least somewhat easier, will they not? I will accompany you as well. It will afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. And if I go with the others, I'm likely to say something Thancred will regret. Well then, we'll leave the work of distracting Vothri's forces to you. The rest of us will take the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think it best that we follow the road from the bridges. We'll move faster with a solid path under our feet. We'll borrow a few Amaro for our journey. I'll leave the rest to you, Benfilia. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint. Okay. I'm gonna have to stop early tonight, guys. I am wore out, man. I've been like taking stuff to the dump and packing and uprooting my whole house all day, and I am just like... Also, my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, and my wife were packing up our kitchen tonight, so I didn't get to eat food before the stream, and I'm starving. So I'm gonna go until about 10, so like for another hour, and then I'm probably gonna stop early tonight, so I can get some food. Just walk out, it looks like. And flaps with the little smiley face. That smiley face is such a taunt. It's like, I know something you don't know. That's what I hear every time I see that. As for other games we're going to be doing on the stream, I don't think I'm going to devote that many streams to Disgaea 6, because like a lot of Disgaea 6 is going to be me doing, you know, this, which like is cool and all, but like I don't think anybody wants to watch me autoplay, right? The story won't take that long. I'll probably stream the story of Disgaea 6, which I'm so ridiculously powerful, I'm sure I can do the story mode in my sleep at this point. But and then I'll probably grind a lot of the powering up off stream, and then maybe I'll stream like the Land of Carnage or whatever the end game thing is called in this one, or like fighting Bale or whatever eventually down the line. But I probably won't stream all the like grinding, right? And outside of streaming Disgaea, like I'm gonna do the story mode probably tomorrow, and then we're gonna get back to Nier. and I want to try to get near done in the next 2 weeks, like get all the endings, because in like 2 weeks or so we're gonna get Skyward Sword HD and we're gonna play some Zelda. So that's the plan right now, just so you guys know. There you are. A gate leading to Amarang is just up ahead. In all the time I've been here, I've never ventured into the Hills of Amber. Not that I'm particularly intimidated by new lands at this point. We have more than enough reasons to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Minfilia for me, would you? So we're entering Amarang from a new place. And, you know, I say we're saving Vothri for last. I mean, as far as, like, getting the Light Wardens and stuff, there's clearly something after him. Like, if for no other reason, there's a whole nother zone I don't know about yet. So we're going to Amarang, and then I assume we're going to Cluja, but then, like, there's another zone that I haven't been introduced to, and I could probably find it if I looked around. But, I mean, like, I don't know. You know? What's this? Yeah, this right here. What's this? You know? So we got Cluja over here, right? We got the Fairy Kingdom and all them. Then we got this one. This last one is probably going to be whatever we do after it, I guess. It's question mark, question mark. I love the fact that they actually don't tell me. Like, a lot of times in Final Fantasy, it would just tell me the name of this. The fact that it doesn't makes me wonder if I'm going to recognize the name. I'm not going to click here. I don't want to risk it telling me. But I'm really interested to see what this is. Like, they went out of their way to hide the name of that one. Off so soon, Mistress Gilded. Barely had time to recover from the battle. Well, if you're certain, I'm hardly in a position to question you.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garik lie the Hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
Like, one interesting thing, like, so if we were to assume that the Final Fantasy world that, like the full, before it split up world, split up into, like, what, 13 or 14 parts, and those each represent, like, the previous, you know, 13 Final Fantasies, you know, Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the 13, right? And theoretically, each one of the worlds, like one of the worlds would be, like, Final Fantasy V world, right? Like, obviously, like, this world doesn't have beats to Slash seems to. Has races that are only in Final Fantasy 14, but strangely, interestingly enough, one thing that I did notice, this world has dwarves, which, like, we haven't really seen yet. There weren't dwarves in the main universe, right? Like in the Source or whatever. Like the dude you get the healing quest, the healer, you know, the 4 different paths or whatever to fight the fiends. The one that wants the healer is a dwarf, right? And, like, only old school Final Fantasies have dwarves. Like 9 has dwarves, 4 has dwarves, 1 has dwarves, and they do call this the first. But then, like, it doesn't really look like 1, right? Actually, do we have, like, a world map of Norvrond? What is this question mark? There's another question mark here. What the hell is that? Oh. Why is this still question mark? This is freaking... is freaking Evilise? Does it just stay question mark? Or is that just like an extra catch-all for anything that they want to be weird about? Like, this is the Evilise stuff. Anyways. You love that the 13th is the world of darkness? Well, like, okay, so like this world, like the source or whatever, at least partially is Evilise, which is multiple Final Fantasies, right? So that's Final Fantasy 12, Final Fantasy Tactics, Voidsent and the World of Darkness, Crystal Tower Raid are from the 13th Shard. Well, that would make the 13th Shard Final Fantasy 3, right? Because that's where you fight the Cloud of Darkness with the Crystal Tower and go to the World of Darkness and all that. That's Final Fantasy 3. But theoretically, the 13th Shard is Final Fantasy 3, right? Norvrant here is the first one. And I mean, none of these names match, but then like it could be a different time. These are all disjointed though. Is there like a world map version of this? Like, can you zoom? You know what I mean? Like, cause like if you go to like go up from here, you get the world map. Do you have that for Norvrant? Yeah, we do. But it's just, you know, the little chunk of it, right? And honestly, it looks like Eorzea, doesn't it? Like, here's like this, and then if you go to like it looks like Eorzea. Like, Yulmore is like Lenoska, right? Emerang is like Danilin. It's very, very similar. Let's look. Does this exist there? This little offshoot. Yeah, it is Eorzea. It's the same landmass. So like world map wise, it's identical. Yeah, their reflections is not surprisingly the same. Right, yeah, I was just trying to say, like, if we wanted to try and say, like, is this the world map of Final Fantasy 5 or 4? Because, you know, it had 4 had dwarves. Although, if it was 4, you would expect it to have, like, an underworld or something. Or go to the moon. Although we are going to the moon, I guess, in the next expansion, right? But, I mean, this is absolutely just Eorzea. But on that note, if we look at this, right? These are kind of laid out the same. If we go to Norvrant, this is Kalusia, which is on the island. This is south of it. Which, like look, there's nothing south of it. Right? Like, the rest of them are kind of laid out where they should be. In fact, you can see the landmass underneath it, right? You can see the world map. This shows the island that Kalusia's on, and then this is south. Is this underground, maybe? Or under the ocean? We're gonna have like an ocean palace? That'd be cool. I'm just speculating like crazy now. I'm just saying, like, you can see the world map, and this would almost put it like under the wall here even. I wonder if we're gonna go past the barrier. Or maybe the barrier will drop once we take out all the light wardens or something. Right? Anyways, well, let's just keep playing. The speculation is fun. This place has been scarred by the flood too. Who can say what lies ahead? Whatever else this road may be, it's mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of time spent on for granted. Oh, my dear lord, what is this hat? Okay. I don't like it. Kind of wish they didn't make it so obvious that there was another area past Kaluja at all. Yeah. Yeah. At least they hid the name. I take it you're seeing what I'm seeing. Oh, you know what? It could also be up in the sky. It could be like a floating continent kind of thing. Although, like, we've already seen, like, the floating continent from Final Fantasy VI, because that was in Heavensward, right? The Alec had it. Even had the frickin' Warring Triad on it, so it was totally the floating continent from 6. Finding a village, and also, like, we already have Final Fantasy V. We've got freaking Kryl, and she came from Baldessian. Although Baldessian is gone, maybe it went back to its shard or whatever. Which that would be Final Fantasy V's world. We already fought XDeath, but I mean, we fought him in a raid or whatever. Omega generated a copy of XDeath for us, right? Finding a village when we're hardly 10 paces into the hills is a surprising stroke of luck, especially given our recent fortunes, but you won't hear any complaints from me. Let's see if the folk who live here can tell us what to expect on the road ahead. You know what we haven't seen much of, which is like surprising, especially given the fact the remake came out, is 7. We haven't seen like any 7, right? Like, and like with remake having come out, you would have expected it. Like they've like shied away from 7 completely. Okay, no, we have the gold saucer. That's the one thing I can think of. We have the gold saucer. Like they freaking have a near crossover. They haven't done 7 yet. Also 8, but that's not as surprising. The only thing we have from 8 are the Gunblades. We kept the good part. That was the Gunblades. We left everything else behind, and I'm kind of okay with that. Sadly, we don't have 9, but that kind of makes sense because like 9 is sort of like a love letter to the previous 8 games, and it's full of references itself. If anything, 14 is like the new 9, you know? But like, we have references to 3, we have strong references to 3 and 5 and 6, you know? But nothing for 7, nothing for 10. We have references to 12 through, you know, Robin Oster and everything, but nothing for 13, 10, or 7, which are like some of the biggest ones, you know, popularity wise. Like, I don't like 13 that much, but like, if I was like a Zoomer or whatever, and it was like the first Final Fantasy I ever played, maybe I'd have different opinions on it. I like Lightning. I just didn't like the game that much. Or freaking 15. I've seen the car, like a mount, but like, I'm surprised, like, they only do big references to certain ones, you know? Just wait, 10 comes around, you'll become a sea captain. There's a 15 crossover event? Okay. Hey, is this the exact same model for the bar that's like, you know, in the main world? By old dog. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like they just reused the building. Oh, lovely kobolds. Just what I wanted. I hate this hat. You sell? No. Oh, you are no merchant. But then why do I know your face? Oh, I remember. You spent Vilbert gold. Such a coin purse cracking. You are already a legend among Morn traders. You're a traveling merchant then. Can you tell us anything of this village? Of course, anything for valued customers. This place is Garrick. Before flood, it was home to many miners. After, not so many. Now none. So Master Gingin borrowed the village and made it into trading post. Very convenient location. In which case, you all must be familiar with the local roads, correct? We're on our way to Nabatharang ourselves. If we continue south from here, will we have any difficulties reaching it? Oh yes, great difficulty. The flood rent the stone and crushed the mines surrounding Nabatharang. Only steep cliffs and collapsed tunnels remain. No. But surely there must be some way. Do you think any of the other Mord might have some sort of hidden route? Perhaps you ask, they tell for free even to friends of our best customer. Wonderful, thank you for your help. Well then, best customer, let's see what information your reputation buys us. There haven't really been that many Final Fantasy IV references either. Although going to the moon next expansion is a giant Final Fantasy IV reference, I guess. Especially if they have, you know, little like rabbit dude like naming ways on the moon, right? And I mean, obviously. Huh. We fight XIV. Did we ever fight Zeramus? Is Zeramus in the game? I don't think Zeramus is in, is he? For Nabatharang, airship is best. Nothing is faster than an airship. You Morans have one, I hear. You can ask them to take you. Though it seems somewhat superfluous to do so, you dutifully make note of Concon's words. Go! We should go to Nabatharang? There was way once gondola down from the cliffs, but it was built for those who had left something behind that they wished to retrieve. Now there's nothing left and no one to use it. You may search for it if you like, but I doubt that its rusted wires would bear your weight. You hastily take down a memo regarding the gondola on a spare scrap of parchment. Although I guess if you think about it, if they did more Final Fantasy I references, but they did Chaos, but like, and like we have like 4 fiends, which I'm curious to see what the fiends are gonna be. Like if they're the original 4 fiends, that'd be kind of cool. I mean like Lich, Marilith, Tiamat, and Kraken, right? If they did a Final Fantasy I reference, it would also kind of be a Final Fantasy IX reference because Final Fantasy I's world is in Final Fantasy IX. Once you get to the end of the game, you find out that like Garland from Final Fantasy I is trying to like sort of merge Final Fantasy IX's world with Final Fantasy I's world, kind of ish. We'll get to that. We still gotta finish Final Fantasy IX at some point. Where's the last dude at? Let's see. Possibly out there somewhere? Can't be around. Can you go in this building? We can go in the building. Here we go. Oh, that is a surprise. Not many bound for Nabatharang these days. I do know of a trolley that once went there. It used to travel between all the settlements and mines of the Hills of Amber. It's locked behind a gate, however, I assume that will have kept it from being stolen or damaged, but also prevents it from being much use. You take down information regarding the trolley on a wrinkled piece of parchment before stuffing it unceremoniously back in your bag. Elheim, I'm afraid I've learned little of use about how to reach Nabatharang. The Ilmoran presence, though, that's another matter. Apparently, though their army is definitely in Amarang, there have been no sightings of Ilmorans at all in the Hills of Amber. Perhaps we can take that as a sign that Alize's plan has borne fruit. Did you have any better luck finding us a route forward? So these are our options. Well, what do you think? You could try the gondola. Might die, but eh. Can we get an airship anywhere? Not from Vothri, obviously. Either side, the trolley seems most feasible. It does seem to be the least risky of our options, and I can't imagine one gate is enough to thwart you. I'd like to know a bit more before we dash off in search of it, though. Perhaps Zoom Zoom could offer some insight. Sorry. On it. Oh, valued customers. Will the other Mort have help? Of a fashion, they told us of a trolley that runs to Matharang at least. But am I correct in thinking that there was a reason you did not do so yourself when we first asked? Yes, the gate you see, it's impassable. Before there was a hulking thing of stone, the Talos that opened the gate, they say. But none operate such a thing now. I do not even know if it yet exists. I do not know, but you should travel east to Mount Buren Mines. That is where the trolley controls stand. I still see miners there from time to time. If anyone knows what happened to the Talos, it would be them. Thank you. It's been a great help. We're off to Mount Buren then. Let's hope that someone there will be there to answer our questions. Why? Alright, get it down here. The trolley problem. Nice reference. Trolley problem's easy, you just run everybody over. Problem solved. Alright. The scale of the track is impressive. I'll give them that. Now we only need follow it until it comes to the mines. Okay. I thought we were going to this Aetheryte, but we're heading up here. Shows what I know. Yeah, this looks so much like the deserts around Ul'dah, man. Which makes sense. That is not a gnome. Gnome my ass. Ooh, look out. Bit of a mess, isn't it? The mechanisms for dispatching the trolley are here, Zunzun said. Unfortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. We might wait for Zunzun's mysterious miners to appear or have a look around and see if we can deduce anything ourselves useful in their absence. I'm in favor of the latter. Something near the entrance to the mines proper caught Urianje's eyes. Meet us there if we find anything. See if we can get up here. Maybe I have to jump from up there or wait for flying. There we go. We got a trolley car there, we got an iron rail here. Flecks of rust adorn the rails, but nevertheless they appear sturdy enough to bear the trolley without issue. The benches within suggest that this must have been a passenger car. Oddly enough, though, it's clearly old. It appears to be well maintained. What am I missing here? Maybe it's in the building. Conspicuous cup. Slightly warm and a fair amount of tea steeped over long. If the color is any indication, remains within. I've been here recently. This is not a gnome. Alright? Just saying. Ah, Elheim, what hast thou discerned? I see, indeed, thine observations are consistent with mine own. But let us refrain from further discussion ere our comrades arrive. Ample evidence of recent maintenance and lukewarm tea besides. The levers for switching tracks look like they were in good condition, though I couldn't move them myself. No ordinary person could, I think. It is my belief that no person is meant to. This Talos beareth more than a passing resemblance to the golems of the source. Nor doth it appear to be the sole example of its kind. The proliferation of Talos fragments, as well as the enormity of the mechanisms here, suggest a considerable number once in operation. Did we already deal with them near Yulmore? Alas, this specimen and its fellows now lie lifeless and broken. I know not how to repair that they might facilitate our passage to the gate. And without the aid of the Talos, even if thou wert somehow able to unbar the Charlie's path, we would have no means to propel it. We might not know how to repair the talus, but someone must. Otherwise, why keep everything else in working order? Whoever's maintaining the cars and rails must know something we don't. Let's ask them what it is, shall we? Helheim, I do believe you'll find a person of some interest skulking in the shadows behind the warehouse on the northwestern side of the tracks. Hey, Shadow Konako! What's up? Pops about like, okay, well, you do that. Wow, two of you have a friendly chat. The rest of us will gently encourage those in the south of coming out of hiding. Defend yourselves if as necessary, of course, but do try to keep everyone in one piece. Off we go then. There's a trap! Thanks, Flaps. Ah, my army battle messed up again. I'm about to get going. I gotta go make myself some food, get some rest. I want to keep going, but I think I should probably stop. Sorry, guys. But, in better news, we'll be streaming more tomorrow. Come back for that. Really? Can't you just leave me alone? Oh, you can. Okay, cool. Wicked White, where did you come from? No, never mind. You have no business here of that, I'm sure. The neighbors are shooting off fireworks already. Why wait, right? You alive? What are you? Alright, that is not a gnome. Anyways, let me finish this quest. We don't want to stop Midwest. My neighbors will take any opportunity to fire fireworks, regardless of how small the situation is. I don't know if you can hear them, but they're shooting them right now. Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us? We're not the brigands come to take what isn't ours. If we honestly look like we need to steal some rusted bits of iron, it'll be absurd. We're not here to rob you. A likely story. You look, well... You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares, so you're clearly not merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you would come all the way out here is to strip the machinery for parts. Oh, I have an idea. What if, once upon a time, a lovely lad of noble birth ventured forth in search of their lost love, joined by two of her most loyal servants, sworn to follow her into Word's End? On their journey, they met a sorcerer as ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they turned up here somehow. You just wrote us a whole story. I can only assume that you've been intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that that's a serious conjecture, no. I suppose I'm a bodyguard of sort, but we have a rather larger concerns than fairy tale romances. So I would fain hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. Gods grant me strength. If I may, we're actually searching for a means by which to travel to Nabatha Rang. We're hoping that this trolley might offer a solution. I realize that we haven't gotten off on the best starts, but if you know anything of how I might get it working again... The trolley? The trolley? You should have led with that. We're always keen to discuss the trolley. We're both engineers in training, in fact. Jarek and Thaf at your service. technically I'm a miner and he does the repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. We're working on a few other folk to get it up and running again. Before you ask, yes, it's true that there is little in need of transport these days, but that's no reason to consign a miracle of mechanical innovation to dust. The mere sight of it traveling the track once again would make hearts sore, mark my words. I can't fly yet, because I haven't gotten all the aether currents in this zone. You'll hear no argument from us. What progress have you made thus far? Not as much as we'd like, truth be told. Well, is there anything we can do to assist you? We could gather materials or help put pieces together. The site more complicated than that, I'm afraid. If you spoke with Magnus, you'd understand. He's the only one with full knowledge of the trolley's operation. Suppose you could speak with him, and if you like, we'll introduce you. Very well. Our options are limited, and if Magnus can explain whatever it is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right. It looks like you'll be following us back to Twine then. Okay. Going back to Twine. I think that was the Aether Crystal that we got really close to a second ago. Alright, this is the end of the quest. That's a pretty good place to stop. We can go ahead and stop there for today. We'll be playing more Final Fantasy on Sunday. We'll be playing some more Disgaea tomorrow. We're going to try and get all the way through the story, which should be super easy because we're like level 9,999 at this point, multiple times over. And then hopefully we can get back to Nier this week as well. So let's get all that going. But for tonight, that's it. And I am going to raid on over to another streamer. I believe she's still on. Emmy USB. She's playing Final Fantasy X. So go say hi to her for me. Thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you next time. Good night.